Is it hard to learn a language? How long does it actually take to learn a language? How much time do you need to spend to learn a language? If you want to find the answers of these questions and more questions that people ask when learning a language, keep watching. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Marbella Ramos, and in this video I'll be answering some questions when learning a language. And the main questions that people ask is, how much does it actually take to learn a language? How long do you need to spend to learn a language? And is it also hard to learn a language? And without further ado, let's get started with this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications if you want to see more of videos about languages. And before I start the video, I just really want to apologize for all the people that are waiting for me to publish a video, and I haven't published a new video like for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's because school has started and I am a little stressed with school because I'm getting used to the new routine that I need to get, and also I have got a lot of work recently with school, and it has changed a lot my schedule, so that's why I haven't posted anything in these 2 weeks. I'll try to maintain a good routine to publish at least once or short or something to leave you at least with something during the week. And without further ado, let's get started with these questions. So the first question, how long does it actually take to learn a language? And the answer is, it depends. What do you mean? Why does it depend? So many people are learning different languages, obviously, and many people have different ways to learn a language. That's the first point. Many people have different ways to learn a language. Not all the people have the same way to learn a language, even though at the end they will reach the same goal. Many people, they focus on only learning the vocabulary and also understanding the language. Many people also take the time to learn how to write and also how to read in that specific language. And at the end, everybody reached to the goal that to read or write or speak or understand fluently in that specific language. That's the point number one. Point number two is that people learn different languages. Every language have a variety of difficulty in learning a language. For English speakers specifically, many of them would learn something more basic or something more easier, which is Spanish, French, or German. These languages are easier for English speakers because you just need to learn the different pronunciation and a little bit of grammar. But when talking about words, there are some similarities in the word in English and also in French. And also when you're learning Spanish and Italian, there are some similarities in between those two languages. And when you learn more languages, the easier it gets when learning other languages. And for people that are learning like Asian languages or European language such as Russian or Ukrainian, there are languages that have a harder level because the way that they write isn't the same way that English speaker writes. If someone is learning Chinese or Korean, it's gonna be way harder because of grammar structure and also because of the way that they write. Chinese people don't write with letters. They use something that are called characters. In Korean, people use Hangul to write a language and to read the language. So that's another difference between learning or how long it takes to learn a language. As I said before, it depends on the language that you're learning. But in average, if you're trying to reach in a basic level, which many people don't want to reach in a basic level, many people try to reach in a intermediate or a advanced level. And to reach in a basic level, it takes about 3 to 5 months in getting into a basic level in understanding and reading and writing and speaking in that language, if you are trying hard enough to learn in that target language. Many people are also learning a couple of languages at the same time as me, so it will take longer for me to reach a basic level in each language because I'm learning different languages at the same time. But if you're learning only one language at a time, it will take you about 3 to 5 months in learning that language. If you're trying to reach in a fluent level, it says that in average it takes about 6 to 1 year in learning a language. Intermediate level, and many people say intermediate level is a good level where you could understand most of the stuff but not everything, obviously, and you could understand, you could speak with fluency and have the ability to write or read if you're learning how to write and read in that specific language. So in 1 year you could learn a lot of stuff. In 1 year you could learn a lot of words and reach in a good level. If you're trying to reach into a fluent level, it will take approximately 1 to 2 years in learning that language. And many people actually dedicate that time to learn a language to feel like you are like a native speaker in that language, and that's totally fine. Many people just focus in one single language. Many people try to reach that level, but there are more possibilities for a person to just learn until the intermediate level rather than learning an advanced level, and it's quite normal. In my opinion, I think reaching into an intermediate level is pretty good. An advanced level is awesome, but if you're interested in learning different languages, it's just better for me, it's better just reaching into intermediate level. Okay, question number 2. How much time do you need to spend to learn a language? And the answer is around 15 to 30 minutes. It's recommended to learn at least 15 to 30 minutes. People could do more, and it's way better because you are having the ability to learn more words. It's also recommended to learn at least 5 or 6 words a day. And just imagine you learning 6 words a day. You'd be learning in a month about 180 words a day, a month, and in a year you'd be learning about 720 words, and that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. But I know many people want to reach a fluent level in a short time, but sometimes you need to spend and you need to take the time and be patient when learning a language, and mostly when you're starting to learn a hard language such as Chinese or Korean or Japanese. Those languages are harder to learn because the grammar and the structure when writing it's just way hard. And in the beginning, obviously, it will be hard, but little by little you will get used to it. But it's recommended to take 15 or 30 minutes a day to learn a language. Even though many people doesn't have the time to learn the language, you could at least take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes to learn at least a couple of words, or to review the words that you already know so you can't forget. Because actually, if you don't learn or you don't pass through the words that you know in that specific language, little by little the vocabulary that you learned before, you're gonna forget all of it. So it's recommended also to pass through, to review all your old vocabulary so you can't forget about it. And also it's also very good for you to hear podcasts in that specific language, or read something in that language, or watch a movie. That's what most people like to do in their free time, watch a movie. So watch a movie instead of English or Spanish, watch it in the language, in your target language that you are learning. The third question is it hard to learn a language? And the answer is yes and no. Yes, because in the beginning it's pretty hard, honestly, to learn a language. You just need to get used to the grammar, get used to the pronunciation, get used to many things when learning a language. You need to immerse yourself into that language, and it's kind of hard when learning a language. But no, because after studying and learning that language, you get used to it, you get used to the pronunciation, get used to the grammar, and the ability to understand how things work in that specific language. Learning a language in the beginning is hard in many different ways. Many people lose the motivation when learning a language in the beginning, not at the end, because many people at the end, they already feel themselves like fluent in that language, and it's quite normal to lose the motivation when you don't have the ability to speak with no one in that language. And let me give a summary of what I just actually meant. It's hard in the beginning because you need to get used to with the things in that target language. And no, it's not hard because at the end you get used to learning the things that you are required to learn that language. Does that make sense? I hope so. So these are the questions that I'm gonna just answer in this video. People have other questions about learning a language, but I think these are the three main questions that many people ask when learning a language, and this is just my answer and also a little bit of research that I did when learning a language. But I hope that you enjoy this video. From now on, I will just give you a heads up what I'm gonna talk about the next video. So in the next video, I'll be talking the similarities and the difference, the pros and the cons in Chinese and Korean in my opinion, and which language is better learning in my opinion. Obviously, many people have different opinions and I don't mind. And if you have any comments, please write it in the comment below. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, please leave it in the comments. I would love to read your comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications if you want to see more of videos about languages. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.